A single trailer has changed everything. New faces arrive at Heartland, but they don't come quietly. Each one carries secrets, unfinished business, and choices that could reshape the ranch forever. Season 20 isn't just continuing the story, it's testing how strong the Heartland family really is when strangers step into their world. Heartland Season 20 begins with a feeling that something is shifting beneath the surface. The ranch looks familiar, steady, and peaceful, but the trailer makes it clear that this calm will not last. New cast members enter the story, and their arrival is not treated as coincidence. Each new presence feels intentional, almost disruptive, as if fate itself is pushing Heartland toward a turning point. These characters are not introduced as heroes or villains. Instead, they arrive with quiet tension, leaving the audience to question their true purpose. Amy Fleming stands at the center of this change. After everything she has endured, she has learned to read people carefully, and the trailer suggests she senses that these newcomers will challenge more than just daily routines. There is a weight in her expressions, a sense that she understands something important is coming, but cannot yet name it. Season 20 positions Amy not as someone reacting to events, but as someone preparing for them. She is stronger now, but strength does not mean immunity from emotional impact. The new characters appear to carry histories that don't fully belong to Heartland, yet somehow connect to it. Their presence raises questions rather than answers. Why have they come now? What are they looking for? And what are they willing to risk to stay? The trailer avoids clear explanations, choosing instead to create unease through silence, pauses, and restrained dialogue. This approach builds suspense without relying on dramatic confrontation. Jack Bartlett remains the emotional backbone of the ranch. His calm presence contrasts sharply with the uncertainty the new arrivals bring. He watches more than he speaks, suggesting that experience has taught him that change often reveals itself slowly. Jack understands that not all disruptions are bad, but every disruption demands attention. His quiet authority signals that Season 20 will explore consequences, not just events. Lou's role also feels more complicated this season. The trailer hints at decisions that may divide opinions within the family. With new people comes new pressure on the business, on relationships, and on long-standing values. Lou appears caught between protecting what Heartland stands for and adapting to what it needs to become. This tension adds another layer of suspense, showing that conflict will not only come from outsiders, but from difficult choices within. What makes the beginning of Season 20 especially compelling is its restraint. The trailer does not rush to explain the new characters or their intentions. Instead, it trusts the audience to feel the shift. The message is clear. Heartland is entering a phase where comfort zones will be tested, bonds will be questioned, and the arrival of new cast members is not about filling space. It's about challenging identity. By opening the season this way, Heartland sets a serious, suspenseful tone. This is not a fresh start that erases the past. It is a continuation shaped by everything that has already happened. The new faces don't replace the old story. They collide with it. And as Season 20 begins, one thing becomes certain: the ranch will never feel quite the same again. The trailer slowly makes it clear that the arrival of new people is not just about adding fresh energy, it is about disturbance. These new cast members don't immediately blend into life at Heartland. Instead, there is a sense of distance, of careful observation on both sides. Conversations feel measured. Words are chosen carefully. Everyone seems aware that trust is not given easily here, it is earned over time. One new presence, in particular, feels closely tied to unfinished business. The trailer hints that this character carries knowledge that others do not yet have. Their expressions suggest familiarity with loss, with struggle, and possibly with secrets that could reopen old wounds. Nothing is said directly, but the silence speaks loudly. Heartland has always been a place where the past matters, and this season seems ready to bring parts of that past back into focus. Amy's interactions with the newcomers are especially telling. She listens more than she speaks. There is caution in her body language, but also empathy. She understands that people don't arrive at Heartland without reason. At the same time, she knows that good intentions don't always lead to good outcomes. This internal conflict adds quiet tension to every shared moment. The trailer suggests that Amy will be forced to balance her compassion with self-protection. Lindy's role feels subtly important during these early interactions. Her openness contrasts with the guarded nature of the adults around her. She approaches new faces without fear, reminding everyone that Heartland is still a place of growth and possibility. Yet even this innocence seems fragile. The trailer hints that events ahead may force Lindy to confront realities she hasn't faced before, adding emotional stakes that go beyond the adult's concerns. Jack continues to observe the shifting dynamics with patience. His reaction to the new cast members is not suspicion, but awareness. He knows that every person who steps onto the ranch leaves a mark. The trailer suggests that Jack may recognize patterns others overlook, patterns that hint at conflict before it becomes visible. His silence feels intentional, as if he is waiting for the right moment to step in. Lou, on the other hand, appears more directly affected by the changes. The presence of outsiders challenges her sense of control and responsibility. There are hints of tension between her personal instincts and her role as a decision-maker. The trailer suggests that some choices she makes may not be popular, but they will be necessary. This creates suspense not through arguments, but through uncertainty about outcomes. What makes this part of the story compelling is how little is explained. The trailer relies on atmosphere rather than answers. Small glances, unfinished sentences, and moments of hesitation suggest that conflicts are forming quietly. Heartland has never been about sudden chaos. Its most powerful struggles grow slowly, rooted in emotion rather than action. As the season moves forward, the presence of new cast members begins to feel less like an addition and more like a test of trust, a test of resilience, and a test of whether Heartland can remain true to itself while allowing change to take hold. The trailer leaves one question hanging in the air. Are these newcomers here to heal something broken, or to reveal cracks that were always there? The trailer begins to reveal that the true impact of the new cast members will not be immediate, but emotional. Their presence slowly starts to influence relationships that have been stable for years. Conversations feel heavier. Familiar routines no longer bring the same comfort. There is a growing sense that everyone at Heartland is being pushed to re-examine what they believe and who they are willing to trust. Amy appears caught between holding on to peace and facing uncomfortable truths. The trailer suggests moments where she is forced to confront situations that remind her how fragile balance can be. She has learned to survive loss, but this season challenges her in a different way. Instead of grieving what is gone, she must decide how much space to give to what is new. This internal struggle adds quiet suspense because every decision carries emotional consequences. The newcomers seem to affect different members of the family in different ways. For some, they represent opportunity. For others, they feel like a threat to everything that has been built. The trailer hints at divided perspectives within the ranch, not through open conflict, but through distance and hesitation. Shared spaces feel tense, as if everyone senses that something important is approaching, but no one wants to be the first to name it. Jack's influence continues to be felt even in moments where he says very little. His calm reactions suggest he understands that disruption often leads to growth, but only if handled with care. The trailer implies that Jack may step in at a critical moment, not to take control, but to remind everyone of the values that define Heartland. His presence reassures the audience that while emotions may run high, wisdom still has a place in guiding decisions. Lou's storyline appears to deepen as pressure builds. The trailer hints that she may face consequences for choices made in good faith. Managing change is never simple, and this season seems ready to explore how responsibility can become a burden. Her struggle adds another layer of tension, showing that leadership often means standing alone, even among family. Lindy continues to act as a quiet, emotional mirror for the adults around her. The trailer suggests moments where her reactions highlight the cost of unresolved conflict. She notices what others try to hide. Through her perspective, the audience is reminded that every choice made at Heartland affects more than just the people making it. Innocence, once shaken, cannot easily be restored. What makes this stage of the season especially suspenseful is the absence of clear answers. The trailer avoids revealing who can be trusted and who cannot. Instead, it allows doubt to grow naturally. Heartland becomes a place where certainty feels rare, and even familiar faces are questioned. As the story moves forward, it becomes clear that Season 20 is less about dramatic events and more about emotional pressure. The new cast members act as catalysts, forcing hidden tensions to surface. By the end of the trailer, one thing is certain: the greatest challenges ahead will not come from outside threats, but from the choices the Heartland family makes when everything they value is put to the test. As the trailer moves deeper into the story, the emotional tension begins to tighten. The new cast members are no longer just unfamiliar faces. They become active forces in the lives of the Heartland family. Their actions, even the smallest ones, start to carry weight. Trust feels fragile, and every interaction seems to carry an unspoken question. What is the real cost of letting someone in? Amy's journey appears to take a more personal turn. The trailer hints that she may be pushed into situations where her past and present collide. There is a sense that unresolved emotions are being stirred, not through dramatic confrontations, but through quiet moments that linger longer than expected. This creates suspense in a subtle way, making the audience feel that something important is always just beneath the surface. The ranch itself begins to feel like a reflection of the emotional state of its people. Familiar spaces feel heavier, charged with meaning. The trailer suggests that Heartland is no longer just a place of healing, but also a place where difficult truths must be faced. Change does not arrive suddenly. It settles in slowly, reshaping routines and relationships from the inside. Jack's role during this phase feels especially important. His steady presence suggests a deep understanding of sales, loss, renewal, and the long path in between. The trailer hints that Jack may be forced to confront the possibility that holding onto tradition too tightly can sometimes prevent growth. His internal struggle adds depth to the story, reminding viewers that even the strongest foundations must adapt or risk breaking. Lou's storyline continues to build tension as the pressure of responsibility increases. The trailer suggests moments where her confidence is tested and the consequences of her decisions become harder to ignore. She appears caught between protecting the ranch's future and preserving the emotional safety of her family. This conflict adds suspense because there are no clear right answers, only difficult choices. Lindy's presence becomes more emotionally significant as well. The trailer implies moments where she senses the strain around her, even if she doesn't fully understand it. Her reactions bring a quiet urgency to the story, reminding everyone that unresolved tension affects even those who seem most removed from it. Through her, the audience feels the emotional stakes rising. What stands out most in this part of the trailer is its emotional restraint. Instead of revealing dramatic twists, it allows discomfort to grow naturally. The suspense comes from anticipation, from the feeling that something meaningful is approaching but has not yet arrived. Heartland continues to trust its audience to read between the lines. By this stage, Season 20 feels firmly established as a story about transformation. The new cast members are no longer outsiders. They are woven into the emotional fabric of the ranch. Their presence forces long-standing characters to question what they are willing to change and what they refuse to let go. The trailer leaves the audience with a growing sense that the most challenging moments are still ahead, and that when they arrive, they will demand honesty, courage, and sacrifice from everyone involved. As the trailer reaches its final moments, the emotional weight of Season 20 becomes impossible to ignore. The new cast members are no longer mysteries waiting to be solved. They feel like turning points. Their presence has quietly shifted the balance at Heartland, and the ranch now stands at a crossroads. Nothing is openly broken, yet nothing feels completely secure. This sense of uncertainty is what gives this season its strongest emotional pull. Amy appears more reflective than ever. The trailer suggests that she is beginning to understand that growth does not always come from healing alone, but from acceptance. There is a quiet strength in how she carries herself, as if she knows the road ahead will not be easy, but she is ready to walk it. The arrival of new people has forced her to reconsider how much of herself she is willing to protect and how much she is willing to risk again. This internal conflict becomes one of the season's most compelling threads. The newcomers now feel deeply connected to the ranch's future. The trailer hints that some of them may be seeking redemption, while others may be searching for belonging. Their motivations remain unclear, and that uncertainty fuels suspense. Heartland does not present them as threats in the traditional sense, but as catalysts, people whose choices could lead to healing or heartbreak depending on how they are received. This emotional unpredictability keeps the audience invested. Jack's influence continues to ground the story. His quiet leadership reminds everyone that Heartland has survived change before. Yet the trailer suggests that even Jack understands this season is different. The world around the ranch is evolving, and holding on to the past without reflection may no longer be enough. His presence offers reassurance, but also a subtle warning. Stability must be actively protected, not assumed. Lou's journey reaches a point where consequences can no longer be delayed. The trailer implies that decisions made earlier in the season will begin to shape outcomes in ways she did not fully anticipate. Her struggle highlights one of the season's core themes, that leadership often requires choosing between equally difficult paths. This tension adds emotional depth, showing that strength is not about being right, but about being accountable. Lindy's role becomes quietly powerful as the season's emotional tone settles in. The trailer suggests that she represents the future Heartland is trying to protect. Her reactions reflect hope, but also vulnerability. Through her, the audience is reminded that the choices made today will shape the world she grows into. This adds urgency to every unresolved conflict. What makes the ending of the trailer especially effective is its refusal to provide closure. Instead of offering answers, it leaves the audience with questions. Who will stay and who will leave? Which relationships will grow stronger and which will fracture under pressure? Heartland does not promise comfort. It promises honesty. Season 20 presents itself as a chapter about evolution rather than resolution. The new cast members are not there to replace familiar faces, but to challenge them. The trailer makes it clear that the heart of the story remains unchanged: family, resilience, and the courage to face difficult truths. But the path forward will demand more vulnerability than ever before. As the final moments fade, one message remains clear. Heartland is entering a season where silence speaks louder than words, where small choices carry lasting consequences, and where the arrival of new people forces everyone to confront what truly matters. Season 20 is not asking whether Heartland can survive change. It is asking whether it can grow because of it. As the trailer fades and the new season approaches, it's impossible not to reflect on what Heartland has always represented. The ranch has been more than a home or a workplace. It has been a sanctuary of resilience, love, and quiet strength. Each season has reminded us that life is rarely simple, that joy and heartbreak often exist side by side, and that the people who matter most are the ones who stand with you through it all. Season 20 promises to continue this tradition, but it also suggests that the familiar walls of Heartland may now hold new challenges. The arrival of new cast members is not just a story device, it is a mirror reflecting the change, uncertainty, and growth that every one of us experiences in life. For Amy, this season seems to be about more than healing. It is about reckoning with choices, both old and new. She is no longer simply reacting to the events around her. She is actively navigating the emotional currents that these new people have brought into her world. The trailer hints at moments of quiet tension, subtle glances, and unspoken conversations that carry more weight than any dramatic confrontation. Amy's journey reminds us that strength is not always loud, that courage often comes in the form of patience, and that love does not always need to be declared. It can simply exist, quietly, within every decision we make. Jack, as always, stands as the anchor of the ranch. His calm presence reminds both the characters and the audience that stability is not about controlling every outcome, but about understanding when to act and when to observe. This season, the trailer suggests, Jack will be tested in new ways. He will witness change ripple through the ranch, challenge old assumptions, and force the Heartland family to confront truths that have been buried beneath years of routine. His quiet wisdom serves as a reminder that experience cannot prevent challenges from coming, but it can help guide a path through them. Lou's arc this season appears layered with complexity. She has always been a protector of the ranch, but the presence of new faces forces her to reconsider what it means to protect something precious. The trailer implies difficult choices ahead, decisions that may not be understood by everyone, and moments where she will need to rely on intuition, courage, and a willingness to accept that not all outcomes can be controlled. Her journey is a testament to the fact that leadership is rarely easy, and that sometimes the weight of responsibility is felt most acutely when the stakes are highest. The new cast members, meanwhile, bring an undeniable energy to Heartland. They are not here merely to fill space. They are here to challenge, provoke, and illuminate. Each carries the potential to test trust, reveal hidden fears, and even uncover parts of the Heartland family that have remained unexplored. The suspense built by the trailer comes not from immediate action, but from anticipation. The feeling that every interaction has consequences, that every choice may ripple far beyond the moment. The uncertainty of their intentions reminds viewers that life at Heartland is not predictable, but it is never boring. Season 20, as teased by the trailer, seems to embrace a deeper philosophy, that emotional growth and personal transformation are often quieter, slower, and far more nuanced than physical action. The ranch itself becomes a character, responding to every subtle shift in mood, every secret whispered, every unspoken thought. Familiar spaces, the barn, the fields, the house, take on new meaning as the story unfolds, reflecting the inner changes of those who live there. The trailer suggests that Heartland is no longer just a place of routine comfort, but a stage for profound emotional evolution. Ultimately, the anticipation for this season is not about spectacle or dramatic twists. It is about trust. Trust in the story, in the characters, and in the audience's ability to feel and understand the subtle emotional currents at play. The trailer sets the stage for a season that will explore resilience, loyalty, and the quiet power of love and family. Viewers are invited to watch closely, to read between the lines, and to appreciate the moments that matter most because they are understated, yet deeply human. As we look ahead to Heartland Season 20, one thing becomes clear. Change is inevitable, but growth is a choice. The new cast members are catalysts for transformation, challenging the familiar and inviting reflection. Old bonds will be tested, new bonds will be formed, and the Heartland family will be reminded that courage often appears in quiet moments rather than dramatic gestures. The trailer leaves us with the feeling that the most important stories are those that unfold in the spaces between action. The pauses, the glances, and the moments where characters simply exist together, confronting life's complexities with honesty and love. So, as the season approaches, viewers can prepare for more than just familiar faces and new storylines. Heartland Season 20 promises depth, suspense, and a gentle but powerful reminder of why this ranch and its people have remained beloved for so long. The journey ahead will not always be easy, but it will be meaningful. It will challenge expectations, test relationships, and ultimately reaffirm what Heartland has always known: that love, resilience, and family are the forces that endure, even when change arrives at your door unexpectedly.